What up, bosses? Welcome back to another top 5 play with your man MBR. Your clip not being featured, but you're sure it's the best thing since sliced bread? Then don't fret, it will be coming up. As you imagine, I got tons of clip and I can't feature them into every video. But don't be shy, I checked them all, just leave me your in-game ID and replay name below. With that being said, we saw Aldo barring into the number 1 spot last week with his impressive use of time travel to turn this 1v3 around. Getting not 1 or 2, but 3 ultimates off within the space of a minute. He is certainly the keeper of time. As a wise cow once said,
"You can't milk those!"
Kicking things off for our 8th episode is no other than your brother from another mother, MBR. Playing on Bacco, we join the clip with the enemy Ashkar lighting the map up. Split myself up from Jamong as the hunter becomes the hunted. Retreating to the top of Orman Temple, I use my Radiant Leap to help him out, crushing Croak into the wall and denying his ultimate for a brief period of time. Unfortunately, I can't deny Wen and win this time around, but somehow Jamong is still breathing. As he lays a bear trap on his escape and catches Croak, I'm able to combo with my Leap, dashing out the incoming Ashkar and unleashing a deadly blood axe into his face. As we pull away from him, I smartly hide behind the wall to avoid his incoming firestorm projectiles. Leaping over the wall and catching him with my axe, I proc my ultimate, unleashing my heroic charge and impaling him into the wall and going home the MVP of the round. Taking our 4th spot is going to be Rukan, being his first feature in our top 5 series. With his friendly Lucy in all kinds of trouble, he lands a nice grab to yank Croak away, but she still falls victim to Ashkar's firestorm. Left in a 2v1, it doesn't take long for him to even the odds as he lands Crawl the Wicker on Croak for the 2nd time. With mid-orb up, we see the 2 champions fight it to the death with a sudden death timer, not leaving much room to spare. As Ashkar tries to escape, he's only hooked straight back into the deadly hands of the Crypt Warden. Shapeshifted into his ultimate form, Ashkar has no other choice but to ulti away, only for him to meet his maker. Ducking and diving his way into the 3rd spot is Jamong, who also is featured in our top 5 series for the first time. A welcome friend. As he cloaks away from his foes, he's able to drop the low health red side Jamong, picking up his ultimate in the process, unleashing a rain of arrows as he creates some distance from his prey. Making great use of his auto attack passes so that he can dash away not once but twice, picking up enough energy for his ultimate. Catching Ashkar in a bear trap, he takes an arrow straight to the knee. Using his cloak and movement speed, he's able to avoid the incoming flame strike. Lining up his ultimate, he catches Ashkar and impaling him into the wall. With sudden death closing in, he loses out on the middle wall thanks to Rukan. With not much time left for our deadly hunter, he lands some nice blows onto the little guy who completely whiffs his infernal scorch, allowing Jamong to get a nice in-camp and bear trap combo onto the Reaper. With both targets dashing out of his incoming rain of arrows, he drops under 25 health, but is able to finish off Ashkar with Black Arrow, duking out with the incoming Shadow Bolt. Catching the Reaper again in his bear trap, he gets some nice arrows off thanks to his in-cap, but he hits back with a big silence and then warps onto his foe. Luckily, Jamong is able to dash out of the way, but as the 2 battle out of the mid, the hunter loses out to the powerful Shadow Bolt. Using this distraction to his advantage, he cloaks and easily drops the Rukan. Sadly for our next clip we have no sound, but that takes nothing away from this kick-ass Shifu. Starting the clip off in a 1v2, it doesn't take long for him to chop down Jade with his deadly whirlwind. With her out of the way, he moves inwards, misjudging the range of his javelin. He does lose out on mid-orb to his evil twin. As he procs his brother's Kunju, he enters his own counter stance. Unfortunately that won't stop the incoming whirlwind, but is able to escape most of the damage with Fleetfoot. Losing out on both health orbs and failing his counter again, he's in all kinds of trouble as he flees to the bot side. Luckily for him, he's able to pick up both health orbs this time. Using his javelin toss to escape, he still gets caught by the in-cap. Somehow he has enough time to wake and finally proc his Kunju. This time landing his own tendon swing onto his brother, picking up the mid orb with his fully stacked Impale, which gives him enough energy to get out Whirlwind. As we saw earlier, Kunju isn't going to help you here, buddy. What a turnaround. We made it, bosses. Taking our number 1 spot today is gonna be Pearl with her pet Jaws. My question is, how did she tame such a dangerous beast? As we start the clip off in sudden death and Pearl taking a big load of ancestral beam to the face, she is able to duck and dive to the top side of the ever closing in arena. As she jukes out Jade's incoming snipe, she does get caught by Petrify, allowing Rook to charge her out the arena, only for her to dive underneath him and straight back into the so-called safe zone. With all 3 foes stacked up, she unleashes her pet Jaws, reprocking her ultimate to send them further into the death zone. Rook, being the tastiest of the bunch, doesn't come back out alive, leaving Pearl to battle out and now 1v2. With great use of a tidal wave, she designs Sirius entry back into the arena, quickly turning this into a 1v1 showdown. With the Blackstone arena only getting smaller and smaller, the tides are turning in Pearl's favour, blocking the incoming snipe with a nicely timed bubble barrier. We see her heal up some more, gaining enough energy to summon the deadly Jaws. As Jade enters the Shadow Realm, Pearl nicely dives out of the incoming snipe. Jade lands a nice blow with Junk Shot, but sadly makes things worse for herself as Jaws comes out to play. With a well-placed bubble barrier, Jade counters with her Stealth Leap, but sadly ends herself by unleashing a clip into Pearl's counter, causing a tidal wave to strike her down. For our bonus clip today, we're going to see Rukan getting stuck in Pearl's bubble barrier after getting hit by a big Dragon Slayer bolt. God knows what happened there, with some pretty freaky stuff. If you've got a top clip that you want featured in next week's episode, let me know in the comment section below. I need your username and replay name, and if you have any more funny clips, don't forget them to send them in. Peace. Mid orb is up. He's actually going to pick this up for himself. He does have his charged up spacebar, so with that he will be able to do twice as he lands a nice Dragon Slayer onto Shifu straight into the wall. Then Asgard does come in fun with his Infernal Scorch. He does actually get picked up by the Bear Trap. Rain of Arrows is actually going to